You don't want to wait anymore. You want to finally experience your desire. Well, do you know what one of the most important components is? It's called letting go. And it may sound scary, or almost like something it's not. This video is meant to make letting go super easy, because it really is. It's actually being ready to receive your desire. In fact, letting go probably shouldn't be called that at all. It should be called receiving your desire, because that is exactly what it is. And that is why it is so simple. It is actually a choice on your part to start receiving. It is an assumption that you make. It is a decision that you take inside of yourself, an inner state that you provide that says, I'm ready to receive. I am at one with my desire. It is already a part of me. It is no longer something that I am merely wanting, but something I am already choosing to experience the abundance of, because it's your choice right now to possess it. Everything that you possess inside has to be materialized on the outside. It has to show up. But the only way it can show up is from releasing your attachments towards it, releasing your need for it, letting go of the strain it takes to receive it, and choosing that you are already at one with it. This is the missing piece. If you have been struggling to receive, if you have been doing techniques without any results, this is probably the part that you're missing, because this is the part that people frequently skip, and it's actually the most important part of the process. It is the part that allows you to actually see the results, to reap the rewards of your hard work, to experience all of the seeds that you have planted. Again, this part is so easy. It is not hard at all. You can manifest anything you want now. Your choice to let go is everything. One way to stop being so needy for your desire is to feel it already within you. To feel it so deeply within you, so part of who you are, that it's as if you already possess it. So in doing this, you're not needy for an external experience. The idea of detachment is the same as letting go. You need to detach in order to receive, because you can't be needy for something and expect to have it show up in your life. Being needy shows lack. It shows that you aren't at one with your desire. And again, feeling this abundance is a choice that you make. It is a choice of something that you decide to possess within you, inside of your imagination, inside of your heart, as your own truth, as a part of who you are. It has to show up. And deciding upon that, letting it settle, letting it sit as your truth, will allow you to not feel needy for it, because it will feel like you already have it. So what are you needy for? What are you desperate for? You already have it now. No one is stopping you from accessing these things right now inside of your heart, inside of your mind. You have the ability to imagine anything, and you can live that right now, being at one with this. And deciding it is part of your path, a part of your future, a part of what you will experience, is one of the most beautiful things in the world. Because it means your life right now isn't imperfect. You can fully detach from it by knowing that it's something that's already within you. And everything that is within you has to seek expression in the outer world, sooner rather than later. It has to show up because it's a part of you. It's what you are. So you aren't needy for it. You don't resent the current moment. The current moment is the very path that will get you there. So why resent the current moment? It's also wonderful. It's also beautiful, because it's part of the journey. It's part of the process of getting there. It's part of the steps that are involved. So you can't omit any of these steps. It's like a staircase. Every single step is important. It leads you to the top. So if your desire exists on the top, then there is nothing wrong with the process that gets you there. So your faith and your trust that this is who you are, your desire is part of you, your desire is unfolding, you can manifest anything you want now. You can choose to detach. Again, this isn't hard at all. This shows your trust in the process. in the process of manifesting, in the process of creating, because you are a powerful creator. You can attract any miracle into your life right now. Letting go is commonly feared because it almost feels like you have to stop wanting your desire. But I don't want you to think that you need to stop your passion, your love for what you seek. Whatever you are trying to manifest, there is a route to it. There is no need to accept the idea of the alternate outcome or the idea of failure. Letting go doesn't mean that you have to be okay with not having it. It doesn't mean that you have to be okay with an outcome that suggests you don't have it. It isn't this at all. Letting go means that you are okay right now. Letting go is nothing to fear. Again, it is the process in which you receive. So what would be scary about your life changing, about actually receiving your desire? After all, you don't want to be stuck in lack or want. So I think that there's a big misconception around this idea of letting go. And that's why people often skip this part. But if what you are doing hasn't been working, I want you to take an honest look at these ideas, at these concepts. Because you may be holding on really tightly and not even realizing it. For example, does it feel like your life depends upon having to have this result? Does it feel like you can't be happy without it? Does it feel like you will only find peace if you receive your desire? If you answered yes to any of these questions, it's time to reassess your inner state, because it needs to be aligned with that of having, not of lack. All of the things that I mentioned before are ideas of lack. If you are feeling lost right now, you can only be satiated with your desire, then you're not experiencing your desire right now. You're not in the end result. The end result means that you already feel it now. You already have everything now, because everything that is within has to seek expression in your physical world. So really be mindful. Be mindful about choosing to let go, because you will find if you read success stories, they usually had a breakthrough the second they decided to just let go and let things be. You are ready to let go and to receive. And it will allow you to manifest anything you want now. After all, the world around you is very swift and very ready to conform to whatever it is that you are living inside of yourself. Imagine yourself surrounded with a lot of baggage or heavy weights. Now these weights symbolize that you are carrying around the burden of not having manifested yet, of not having received yet, of the struggle of being without whatever it is you are trying to manifest. Now I want you to imagine choosing to remove everything that is holding you back. You could even see this baggage or these weights as whatever the obstacles are that are standing between you and your desire. I want you to rip them off in your imagination, free yourself, and then I want you to see yourself fully experiencing your desire, free from all of these weights that were holding you back. Because the experience of letting go means you feel so free, like you could fly, like everything is just right. It means that you are no longer held down by bondage, by fear, by anything holding you back. And you can meditate like this for a few minutes at a time. You could spend an even longer time and add a ton of different visuals and imaginations to it. Either way it'll work. But I think that exercises like this are best done freely and instinctually, and just when it feels right. And if you can feel the satisfaction, the satiation, of having nothing else holding you back, of choosing to free yourself from this burden of lack, and feeling the relief of success, because letting go is feeling relieved. If you had your desire right now, you would feel so relieved, so at peace, so at one, just with life. So embracing those feelings now allows you to receive. It allows you to be at one with the end result, which is beautiful, which is pure, which is so peaceful and relaxed. Let yourself feel this now. Meditation and visualization are a great way to achieve this. You can do this right now, and I know you will feel so good afterwards. It was always my dream to own a baby grand piano. And I didn't want just any baby grand, I wanted a Steinway baby grand. And I learned about a special sow that came up, and I went out on a limb and played them, and I found my perfect piano that I knew had been waiting for me. Now once I connected with it, once I played it, it felt like such magic that I knew I had to have it, but it was such an expensive purchase, probably the largest purchase of my life. And I didn't know if they would actually approve me. In fact, I had had years of experiencing bad credit in the past. There was even a time in my life where I couldn't even get a bank account. So this idea of making such a big purchase now was definitely out of my comfort zone. It was something new, but something that I believed could be for me. So the moment came where I filled out all of the necessary paperwork, and then I had to play the waiting game. Now I was in Chicago at the time, and I happened to be driving on Lakeshore Drive. And during this waiting time, I could have chosen to be nervous. I could have chosen to be uncertain. I could have chosen to play out the scenarios as if I would be at a loss, as if I would get disappointing news. But I didn't choose to do any of that. I decided to imagine what it would be like if it was mine. But then I just let it be. I let go. I looked at the beautiful sky and the sunset and the beautiful skyline on Lakeshore Drive. Chicago has one of the most lovely skylines in the entire world. And I saw Lake Michigan and the beauty of it, the birds flying in the distance, how lovely the city looked and how glad I was to be there in that moment, how thankful I was to be a part of life, and how in that moment I wasn't even thinking about my piano at all, but just the simplicity of how beautiful it was to be alive, to be driving my car, to be healthy, to be well. And it was such a pure moment of just beauty and appreciation. And I bet you can guess what happened next. It seems pretty obvious, but it never feels obvious in the moment. In the moment when you let go, you're just doing it for you because it just feels right to be connected with life at such a profound level. And yes, I got the text. There was a heart and a piano emoji, and I found out that it was mine. Now, are you trying to manifest someone and it feels impossible? If so, check out this video here because I have all of the answers and solutions that you need to make it not only feel possible, but to in fact get the results you deserve.